picture postcard Seychelles is a place of idyllic beauty, loved by foreign tourists. But there's a dark side to this archipelago of just 100,000 people. It has some of the highest global rates of heroin use per capita. Romeo Pierre, a recovering heroin user, is on his way to get his daily dose of methadone.
I got into drug use about when I was in school.
The 23-year-old uses methadone to help with withdrawal symptoms.
I lost my dad when I was 8 years old. He was murdered. So I lost him at a very young age, and it had a very bad effect on me.
A 2023 study funded by the US and European Union found some 10% of the population here is addicted to heroin. To fight the problem, the government rolled out a methadone program as well as a needle exchange initiative. Hans Radegond, head of the Seychelles Coast Guard, says his country, located in the Indian Ocean, is in the middle of one of the heroin smuggling routes that originates from Afghanistan.
They come down through a well-known smack track trade route. And the drugs, they are not for the Seychelles consumption. For Seychelles, only around 2 or 3 packets. The rest are destined for European markets.
But the narcotics problem doesn't just stay on this side of the globe, says Adham Lutfi, who manages the US Embassy in Seychelles.
Because if you look at the drug traffic, it's coming through this region, but it's not stopping here. It's moving on to Africa, it's moving on to Europe, and potentially to North America too.
Along the way, some of the heroin inevitably ends up on the local market, leading to the heroin epidemic here. The US and China, which are competing for influence in Seychelles, are helping in different ways with the drug problem. The Chinese embassy declined an interview with VOA. The Chinese ambassador to Seychelles wrote in a Seychelles newspaper article in 2024 that China was supporting Seychelles in combating piracy and drug and human trafficking.
So far, we have not received any training from China in regards to the drug trafficking, but they do provide training to our officers. We send them overseas to China. They also provide us with assets. Specifically, we have one vessel, which is in our fleet operating.
The US is doing its part here, says Lutfi.
We do a lot of cooperation with Seychelles Defense Forces, Coast Guard in particular, on drug interdiction and other sorts of marine security concerns that are here.
For Romeo, all of his energy is focused on sticking with the methadone program.
I want to see my mom happy. I don't want to see her cry.
He has been clean for over a year now and hopes to get his methadone dosage down soon and, eventually, stop completely. Kate Bartlett, VOA News, Mahe, Seychelles.